Thank you very much. First of all, I think this event is growing year after year. Very proud of this event. Very proud that this event is held at IITM Research Park Auditorium. Still, number of people have not come. I think the first day it's always a little bit start slowly, and therefore the organizers, what they did is that they asked me to speak, and I've done that more than once. I would have talked specifically about climate, but he said that no, I want you to do something different this time. I want you to do what you are doing. I don't know whether many of you know that June of 2024, I handed over charge for the research park and incubation cell. And I was not sure what I'm going to do, but an incident took place that I was suddenly asked by NASSCOM to come to their off-site board meeting. Off-site board meeting takes place once in 2 years, and all their past chairmen are also there. And they got me together, close in a room, and they said, we want a new effort, and we want you to lead it. The new effort is to make India a product nation. They say that all these made in India, etc., the value add is very small. And we want we were going around the country, we are interested that India becomes a product leader, amongst the product leader in 8 to 10 areas. And we are going around the country, we couldn't find people. When we came to Research Park, we thought, yes, there is at least a seed has been set up. So he says, now you have worked, but now you work across the country with scientists, entrepreneurs, and we will fund this, we will create this new non-profit organization called Immersive Technology and Entrepreneurship Labs. I said, at 71, I'm not willing to take up a new responsibility like this. But they say, okay, you become the chairman, find the right executive because you know, and you are committed to it. I said, that I am, so we will do this. So I'll very briefly talk, a significant part, I'm not going to give the full thing about ITEL, but I'll talk partly, but a significant part is on climate. In fact, climate technology is one of the premium technology where we would like to take leadership. So basically, all of you know about this research park, what we did. The important thing that people may not know that the research park was started like a business from day one. Most of you are entrepreneur or venture capitalists. From day one, we started as a business. We got seed capital, but we borrowed rest of the money, 350 crores. Also, the most important thing which I wanted and I guaranteed at that time, that this will be a board-run company. No interference from government and no interference even from IIT. I leverage IIT, but I don't want, we want board. Board can of course overrule and direct and push me and do whatever they want. And we paid back the 350 crore rupees loan. We started making profit about 3 years back at 70 crore rupees per year. That's the kind of thing that we did, a venture which has succeeded, but it has actually done much, much more. Money doesn't add to this. In the same complex, from day one we had envisaged that incubation cell is going to set up here. Incubation cell also we set up without taking any significant funding. Probably the total grants we may have taken is 1 or 2 crore rupees in the beginning. We incubated 350 companies by June of last year. The value of these companies 50,000 crore, Aether being the largest. A significant focus was on climate. They also, the board members also referred to our work in wireless way back in 90s. And then I had founded this Tejas, and I don't know how many of you know that Tejas is one of the 6 companies in the world which has a 5G technology. So in some area, we are amongst the leaders. This is something not well understood. Second, of course, I was a founder chairman of Mobile Payment Forum of India for 6 years, and we laid the base for UPI. That was also done. So this was all used, sort of say, you drive it. Now the question became, how do you do that? I went back to a group of them after some time. They say, and my numbers may be totally wrong, but it doesn't matter. There are about 70,000 scientists in the country. They are in IITs, triple IIT, IISER, IISc Bangalore, NITs, in CSIR labs, DRDO labs. My number may be wrong, doesn't matter. Actually, I know significant number of them. Actually, most of them know me. I may not know all of them. And what I found is that most of them publish good papers, but very little translation. And second thing that I had found when I did here is that there are a large number of youngsters coming from pretty much any college in the country. Does not matter. They don't have to come from IITs. Any college, and if pushed, they can do absolutely wonders. So we said these are our India's strengths. And of course, there are enough very bright youngsters in our design house. We then kind of sort of say, oh, we want to get leadership in quantum computing, we will invest $10 billion, US will invest $500 billion. How do you expect us to compete? So I said that if you want to take leadership, it has to be totally different. Take a problem of India. For example, all these Madras, Tejas, etc. came because there was a problem that India did not get, had to wait. Indians had to wait. Indians like me had to wait for 8 years to get a telephone. We solved the problem and went into the leadership. Same sort of say, take large Indian problems, unique, where people have almost given up, solve them, and you will take leadership. And the way we will do it in each area, each problem, we will find three people, one good technologist, one good economist. Because one of the things that is not understood by most scientists, that without economics going hand in hand, you can never commercialize the technology. It can't be an afterthought. It has to be on day one. And the third is, of course, business development operations person. Without that, success never take place. They will collect 8 to 10 multi-institutional scientists. Now, why multi-institutional? Because, frankly speaking, in any area, you will find 2 people here, 2 people some other place, one sitting in some triple IT somewhere. And you need a strength. Therefore, you need to get them to work together. Very difficult. Faculty are not used to working together. In the same institute, we don't work together. Same department, we do not work together. Across department, we don't work together. And yet, if you don't do that, if you are a loner, me and my PhD student does not translate any technology. This is the point that I keep making. Number 2, you associate 10, 15 startups with each of these areas and also involve the industry. So that's what. And what kind of problems we will solve? A problem that we took up, now everyone knows, and this is very much a climate thing. With increasing climate problem, we are getting very erratic rainfall, and suddenly waterlogging takes place. Pretty much in every city. Half a day, 1 day, life gets paralyzed. How much economic loss? I don't know who estimates that. The lowest income people suffers the most. We say we will eliminate one. This is the problem. And initially it looked like impossible problem till we started working on it. And one by one, we found people who are, and we met together multiple times. We started trying to work, and we found that we'll do everything. We will take any city, map it into every valley, find out the amount of water that is going to go on, the worst case rainfall, add 30% on top of it, get all the drainage map, find out how much can get evacuated, find out where the groundwater absorption can take place, and check whether the drainage are clean the drains. All of these require technology, and there are enough startups and faculty members now working together. These 15, 20 people are saying, we will make this happen. And that is what is required. I have no problem if they fail. We have to take big problems and go for it. If it fails, they will try again. Another set of people will try. But we have to solve the problem. Because who else will solve this problem? People have given up. And so we have now already multi-institution thing. Well, this is not the only problem. Take the other problem, which I earlier also had talked about, rethinking urban transport. An hour, 15 minutes to come in Chennai from Sholinganallur to this place. hour, 15 minutes to go back. 2.5 hours on road. Is that the future of the country? Cities are only going to get more congested. So we set up impossible targets, and we love setting up impossible targets. 15-kilometer travel home to office in 20 minutes. 20 kilometers in 24 minutes. And must be fully green, must be highly energy efficient. Forget about flying and all that. Must be buildable in existing cities, must be able to handle peak traffic, be affordable and comfortable. And this is what we started. We put together a group, and we have today, if you get some time, come and say, we today at least have a potential solution. Prototype is ready, all the commercials have been done, economics has been done, all the now full-scale systems we are developing in the next 3 to 4 months. In fact, we are looking for a land, small land, 80 meters by 30 meters. If anybody can help me for a year, where we will do in Chennai a ground trial. And then we have signed up with Sri City, where we will build the full structure and ensure that you can get 15 kilometers in 20 minutes. We have already been told by Chandrababu Naidu that build it in Amravati first, so we may actually do that. So that is what we may land up doing, and this is what we will do, and we will guarantee that this will happen. Our second problem, again climate related. Totally similar but very different problem. Carrying goods from Chennai to Chandigarh takes 5 days by trucks. By railways takes longer. So we are always foolish, and we want to be foolish, and because we want to tackle impossible problems. So we say, well, what do we have to do? We want to get these goods there in 24 hours. And not today's goods. As our GDP increases, the amount of goods transport will increase by 8 to 10 times. We want to get all these things in 24 hours and should be completely green. Looks impossible, but at least we have now a team, we have things are starting, we think we have a solution. Unlike the previous one where we know we have a solution, we think we have a solution. Take a totally different problem, heating and cooling. Now, of course, this is Satya's thing. Why are we taking up this problem? Because most of us do not know that 50% of the world's energy is used in heating and cooling. And mostly it is fossil fuel based. Number two, not just fossil, it's used very inefficiently. When I use electric kettle and I use 1 kilowatt hour of electricity, I get 0.9, 0.85 kilowatt hour heat. Many of us are engineers. We study this something called Carnot cycle, which says from 1 kilowatt hour of energy you can get 5 units of heat and 5 units of cooling. All that you have to do, you have to find the right refrigerant, compress it, it will release heat, allow it to expand, it will give you coolness. And if you can use all that heating and cooling, from 1 unit of electricity you can get 10 units of heating and cooling. Well, this was in concept. Fortunately, Satya, Kaushal, there are others who are involved, and we are already starting to experiment. There is a center that has been set up, energy center, at Satya's, near Satya's office, where take a multi-story building, put a chiller cum heat pump, put 0 degree centigrade water on one side, 50, 60 degree centigrade water, use 0 degree centigrade water for your air conditioning, refrigerator, etc. Use 60 degree centigrade water for cooking, washing machine, dishwasher, shower, and even cooking. This is only a beginning. We can do far more. The important thing is to do this with at least energy efficiency, getting from 6 units of heating and cooling, 7 units of heating and cooling from 1 unit of electricity. And do it cheaper than fossil fuel. I'm only using Carnot cycle. You'll ask, why has that not been done? Well, not that things have not been done, but it's been very expensive. And cheap fossil fuels have kind of destroyed it. Today, we in India have to become the world leader in this. We'll make every possible device. You should really, I don't know that somebody is talking about this, And between minus 60 degrees centigrade to plus 200 degrees centigrade, all our heating and cooling can be met with a 6 plus coefficient of performance. And then we'll look at other things that we can possibly do. And there is a team that is working on it. Solar, wind, storage, transmission, moving towards 90% green electricity. Many of you know very specific area. Silicon, the price at which China is selling it to us, I don't think we can get there. Not that we have given up. There are some efforts being done. Can we make our own solar cells? But the next generation is going to be perovskite. In a few years, that window will also close. But can we run there and catch up? And today, we are working very closely with a number of people of you making perovskite solar cells. They can be both flexible or tandem. So we are looking at tandem, which can enhance the energy efficiency of silicon solar cell, or we may put perovskite versus perovskite to do that. Solar and wind require storage. This was a big challenge. We built 2 years back 1 megawatt hour of storage out here. Today we have gone ahead and we are able to compete. Over the next 5 years, 100 gigawatt hour of storage is going to be installed in Indian grid. Numbers are huge. And what we have done is that today we are starting to bid for 100 megawatt hour, 200 or 300 megawatt hour. We are winning against the Chinese bidders. One of our startup companies is doing that. And that is something that we have to win. Even though cells are imported, 60% of value add is done in India. So that we need to do much more. We need to look at long-term energy storage. We need to look at transmission. Today, transmission is a big bottleneck. We need to do all kinds of power electronics. Again, we have created a group of about 20 faculty members across the country to work on power electronics and make India a leader. Will we succeed? We will certainly succeed, but after a number of failures, and we are willing to fail. Okay. Hydrogen to electricity. Once again, a very simple thing that I did, I put together a group of experts and put a target. I want a 50,000 rupees per kilowatt at 50% efficiency, and probably better than that. First reaction, impossible. Next meeting, maybe we can try this, maybe we can try this. Third meeting, let's go and build. That's what is required. We have startups, we have industry experts, and we have the urban water supply. Again, a problem we have given up. We have limited water supply, but can we ensure equitable water distribution? Can we ensure that every home gets 300 liters of water? Actually requires very little IoT systems, something that is well possible. And if somebody wants to buy more water, we can actually do from the piped water. The second problem with piped water, it comes with all kind of biological impurities. Can we put something in front of a community which can clean the biological impurity so that we don't have to put RO in every home? When you put RO in every home, we are wasting a lot of water. And the third most important thing, can we recycle everything? Now, a problem that has been beaten to some extent. But our idea is to put together a bunch of scientists and startups and say, this time we'll beat the economics and we'll see to it that it is implemented at scale. That's the kind of thing. Cyber, so far, largely problems were related to the climate. But a totally different problem that we have taken is cybersecurity. Why? I don't have to tell you that we cannot now depend on any country. I don't think anybody will sort of say we can depend for cybersecurity on country A, B, C. There was a belief even 6 months back that we can now, fortunately. Now, but it also creates problem. How do you do that? So what did we start doing? We collected all these people from different IITs, triple ITs and all that. We put the challenge. Now, they had never worked together. But when we put them together, I said, we have to do it. Who else can take leadership other than you people? Then they slowly started, they came together, they started doing a summer course. 200 teachers from tier 2 colleges attended that course, 200 teachers, and we attended that course. We started building things. We have started sort of saying, okay, at least can we secure small office, medium-sized office? Can we ensure that our entrepreneur, today everything we are buying from outside. When we are buying from outside, who is listening, how do we know? This is something that we need. And let me tell you, I'm talking about security from, of course, any international player. We are looking at security within the country. We are looking at our competitors don't steal our secrets. We are looking at government does not unnecessarily listen to every single thing and create problem for us. So we need something like this, and again creating a group across the country really works. The last one that I'm talking about, and there are 7, 8 more areas I could have talked about, is assistive technology. This is another area where we want to take leadership. And again, we are trying to build together a group which will drive us there. And there are a number of things that was already done at Research Park. We are leveraging that and going ahead further. But we decided to focus on one thing, and that's the last I will do. I'll stop here. We did some little more detailed work. We found that in India, 5 children on the average in every district, every month are born with hearing impairment. 5 children, every district, every month. You can calculate 700 district for 3,500 to 4,000 children every week, multiplied by 50, 20 lakhs children. Now, the problem with hearing impairment is multifold. First is, of course, you can't hear. If you don't attend to it, don't do anything, can't hear. Number 2, if you can't hear, your ability to speak also is it's very difficult. Most can't speak. Third, now we know enough about AI. Our brain is like a system like that needs training. And our training takes place with everything that we hear and everything that we see. The minute you have closed half of it, your brain development does not take place as well. So I talk to my colleagues and team, we need to fix this. 20 lakhs children a year, fine. How do we ensure that at least 99.5%, 99.8% get early help? We have started a program today in Tamil Nadu where every child born within 2 days using an instrument called OAE, a measurement is made and it is digitized to figure out whether a child has hearing impairment. And the whole thing, data goes on the cloud. Your equipment used to cost 2 lakhs, we actually converted it to 10,000 rupees. That is a very good early filter. It gives you 5 to 6 children every week, every district. Take them to a district headquarters, there is a machine called ABR, which actually does exactly what the problem is. You take those 6 children in an ambulance, take them, not very difficult. And you figure out what exactly the problem is. Then what happens? We found that 4 of the 5 children can be cured if you put a quality hearing aid. And unfortunately, the hearing aid that's available is poor quality. We decided to therefore make a good quality. Essentially, you take a lowest cost bud that you put in your 2,000 rupees or 1,500 rupees, you put a small AI processor in it, and then the rest is software. You can make a very high quality hearing aid. I got a startup to start working on it and say, we will make high quality, and we will ensure that within 1 to 2 months of your birth, the children are given that. 1 out of 5 children, even that is not good enough. Their damage is a little worse. So you need something called cochlear implant. We are importing those 20. And the cost of operation, this, that, is about 20 lakhs. Even there we started working. There is IIT Guwahati professor, there is another professor. We said, we will make better cochlear implant at lower cost. Our target cost is 5 lakhs. I don't know when we will get there, but we will get there. If we get all this, you do understand what the total budget of ensuring that all the 20 lakhs children are taken care of? 2,500 crores a year. That's all. That's all. That is the kind of thing that India needs. That is the kind of thing that India needs on climate. And we are working on all kinds of things, robotics, motors, AI, fintech, edtech, telecom, photonics, nanonuclear reactors, bioagriculture, risk. I see our friend from Proclaim is going to talk about it. There are a lot of these things. We want India to take the leadership in the world. That's what we are trying to do. India needs to acquire technology leadership in some areas. It's the largest country. It is not because we want vis-a-vis any other country. And we cannot be bullied. Imperative that India therefore should do this. India has the talent. Nobody denies that. The talent has to be nurtured. I see youngsters coming from any college. I could have given a talk. Somebody comes from Chandigarh University, says no study ever takes place. We only have to write exam. And that kid today is making a rocket engine. That's the kind of people we have. Task is very difficult. Unfortunately, we, even scientists and even educational leaders, have started creating a lot of hype. That's a very sad part. It has happened over the last maybe 10, 15 years. It was not that bad earlier. Occasionally we may talk a little bit. Positive thinking is different from just creating hype. You hear a statement, next year you check that, it is gone. New statements come. Therefore, IIT does not want to do that. Even one hashtag that I showed you a toy prototype, only once the prototype is done, I'm at least starting to talk, but you won't have seen about it anywhere in the media. Play low key. Get your teams to start working. Heating and cooling, that Satya is doing. We have not written any article about it. Let's get it, let's win. Let's win commercially. Because finally, if you don't win commercially, it is no win at all. And I think to this audience, I don't need to tell anything more. We are determined to do that, and working together will require, between scientists and startup, not done across the country. It will require, not in one place, because you can't find enough talent at one place. And IIT is obliged to do that, or obligated to do that, and that's what I will try to do. Thank you very much.